What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I'd ask if you would please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, and hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rumble Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, in today's video, I want to read out a very interesting comment I got on the WWE 2K22 video I did not too long ago. Very interesting comment from a subscriber, BRock89. I want to thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you to everybody. Thank every one of my Raging Rebels out there. Thank each and every last one of y'all, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep grinding. All right. But he made a very interesting comment on the video, and the comment reads: BRock89 said, "Call me crazy, but I feel like EA Sports should do wrestling games. Def Jam Fight for New York was an instant classic and a goodie, and they need Ukes back in the program, and they need new legends." Very interesting comment he said right there. Basically, when he said he felt that EA Sports should make wrestling games. And you know what? I had to think about that, and to be honest with you, I agree with him completely. Here's why I agree with him. Because you look at EA now, I know they've got the track record. They've botched Madden lately. I know, none of their games are perfect. Don't get me wrong. I know that they've got a lot of issues. They got a lot of 2K-like issues with them. Don't get me wrong. But if you think about it and look, some of the greatest fighting games of all time, I ain't gonna say fighting games, some of the greatest combat games, no pun intended for MK11, but some of the greatest combat games have been made from EA Sports. You think about it. The Fight Night franchise, which everybody has been begging EA to make another one, so thank God we got another one, the boxing club coming out. Thank God for the esports boxing club, right? Everyone's been begging for Fight Night. Def Jam Fight for New York, the Def Jam series, everybody loved that. That was a game that was made an instant classic, and it wasn't even intended to be that. And that was an instant classic. You look at the UFC franchise. You understand what I'm saying? So you look at it. And you look at all those games. Now I know UFC's had these problems. I know these games have had their problems. They've had their bugs. But if you look at it, EA has had a decent track, at the very least, had a decent to a good track record of making good combat games, of making good fighting games. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, why were they not chosen over 2K? Because if you look at 2K, you can say that their greatest. They make sports games, but they don't necessarily make combat games. They make your NHLs, they make your golfing games, they make your 2Ks. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just odd that they would pick up the wrestling game, though they don't really have a big track record of having combat and fighting games and wrestling games, that they were chosen over EA, who has a lengthy list of fighting games. And if you look at it too, their engine, their game engine seems to fit a lot better with combat sports, with wrestling, versus 2K. Which 2K to me seems like it was built more for because I know all combat games are sports. They can all be considered sports, but they seem like they're more sports with a ball. You understand what I'm saying? 2K seems like they're more sports games with a ball. Like they do their best work with their system and their coding is best fit for games like basketball, though they've botched it here recently. Their coding is best for games like, say, football. You understand what I'm saying? EA Sports, their engine seems like it's better fit for a game like wrestling, because they've already done boxing, they've already done the UFC, they've already done the Fight for New York, which to a certain degree was even though it was a fighting game, it was a lot of wrestling involved with it. You understand? It was like wrestling when you really hurting somebody. You understand what I'm saying? It was like wrestling that was actually real. So shout out to BRock89 for the comment, man. I think that was probably the comment of the year so far in the comment section, man, because you think about it, you look at the track record of EA, you look at the track record of 2K, and it's like, man, if I'm trying to make a combat game, bro, I want EA to mess with that. Now, I don't know if it was a legal issue. I don't know if 2K was just, they got to it first so they can have the brand. That's they love to do over there at 2K. It's all about the brand. They love to have the brand over there. But they don't really have the track record of the fighting game scenario that you would like to see. Now, have they made bad wrestling games in the past? Absolutely. Have they made some decent ones? Absolutely. But it is interesting to see, and it's interesting to talk about and think about if you've got a game company over here that's made all these fighting games, all these combat games, versus this company over here who hasn't, why would you not go to them? It just doesn't make any sense. It's kind of the same with like Marvel's Avengers. They gave it to Crystal Dynamics instead of giving it to Santa Monica Studios. You understand what I'm saying? Crystal Dynamics doesn't really do online games like that. You know what I'm saying? Santa Monica Studios God of War. You understand? Since they working with them on the game anyway, it just makes more sense. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if this 2K was just faster to the punch to get the brand and get the title, or EA was just lacking. But it's just very interesting to think about and very interesting because honestly, I would like to see EA put out if they can muster it. I would love to see them put out a wrestling game just so we could have the option. You understand what I'm saying? Even if they come with a backyard wrestling game or something like that, show us that, just to show us. You understand? I know they got the UFC games, but I'm talking about just strictly wrestling games, just so we can see what they're working with. I would be interested to see that. I want to know if y'all would be interested to see that again. Once again, shout out to B-Rock89 for giving me the idea for the video and for giving one hell of a comment when he said EA should have probably made the wrestling games over 2K, because honestly, now that I look at it, I completely agree with him. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think, man. Shout out again one more time to B-Rock89, man. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Should EA have made the wrestling games over 2K, or do you think 2K was the right one to take it? As long as you remain respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. But that's going to be the end of my video for today, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. It's been a pleasure making it for y'all. My name is Rage King. I am out, and I'll be back later on with more videos, more commentary, more good content. Now, hashtag that enough said. See y'all next time.